Hey guys, today we are tackling this 2-tier navy Harry Potter / Halloween wedding cake. The first thing everybody wants to know is how to get such a nice navy. The best thing you can do is start with an already pre-coloured paste. This is because if you start with white and try to make it dark navy, you're going to be adding an absolute ton of gel colour, which is going to change the texture of your paste to the point you're going to really struggle to cover a cake with it. It's always best to get your hands on the closest colour you can find. This one is Renshaw's Navy, and then I'm further deepening it with some Pro Gel in Navy. This way you don't have to add as much to get the colour you want. So I've gone ahead and covered my 7-inch bottom tier in Navy. As always, the full tutorials for covering a cake, ganaching a cake, and the latest panelling method is always linked in the description box below. I'm adding my dowels in just to the same height as the cake and then spreading ganache ready to stick my top tier on. The top tier is a 5-inch, also covered in the same navy. Once you've quickly centred it, leave that ganache to set and firm up. I'm then covering the board using the toilet seat method, which gives you a nice clean finish around the base. Again, you know where to find this tutorial. Next, I've traced out my text onto a piece of greaseproof paper that I've cut to size so I know it will fit along the front of the cake. I just found some text on the internet and they wanted to change the A to a Deathly Hallows symbol. I'm attaching it to the front of the cake with a couple of acupuncture needles and tracing around with a sharp pencil. You can also use a Dresden tool, which I often switch between the two. It depends what's closest to hand. As you can see, it will leave an impression in your paste that you then just follow with your paint. A bit like painting by numbers. The gold I'm using is Faye's Signature Gold mixed with a little bit of lemon extract to make a paint. I'll leave everything I use in the description box below because it's important to get the right lemon extract. The syrupy stuff from the supermarket will not give you the same results. Now for the fun yet daunting bit. I've got some copper luster in my bowl and I'm also adding some of that lemon extract but making it a little bit runnier. You then want to grab your brush and start flinging that paint onto your cake to create splats. I was going for a diagonal effect across the top tier so it would lead down to the bottom left, and then I'm adding some coming up from the right where my clusters of flowers will be. Just try to avoid covering too much of the text if you can. Then the couple wanted some brush strokes, so I'm adding these round the back so they don't detract too much from the design on the front. I then rolled out some paste nice and thin with a little bit of Tylo added and used my star plunger cutters to cut out various sizes of stars. Just make sure to rub them between each cut to clean up the edges. I'm then taking a circle cutter and cutting out a little bit from the side to make a moon shape. Just lay these to one side to firm up a little bit. Next up is my fake dried grasses. This was a big bunch I picked up from the local garden centre and as you can see it was $7.99. I'm able to pick off some of the bunches to make clusters of my own. I also picked up some of these orange flowers and again some more fake grasses. This one was actually a larger bunch from Home Bargains and it actually was a bargain at $1.99. I just picked up the colours that were requested, such as oranges for Halloween, including these pumpkins and some of the natural coloured grasses. I'm just taking my different bunches and layering one higher than the other for a nice effect, before taping them up. I'm taping them up part way up the fluffy bit and working my way down to contain it. Please excuse my nails, that is navy gel colour that's now stuck under there for the next few days. Once you've taped up your bunch, it's time to see which straw you need. This clear one is a regular size straw and as you can see it doesn't quite fit in, so it's going to have to go in the bubble tea size straw. I'm then just taking some of the smaller clusters of the different grasses and shoving them down inside so it doesn't rattle around. Once you're happy with your cluster, you can push this down inside your cake. You just need to plug the bottom of your straw with a little bit of sugar paste. Same for the orange flour, I've pushed sugar paste down into the thinner straw, and as you push the wire in, it will get contained in the sugar paste, which will then set and the flour won't move or rattle in the straw. I'm just placing this in the front. I'm sticking down my pumpkins, just using a little ball of sugar paste that I'm dampening and placing underneath. I do really love that combination of the dark navy and the pop of bright orange. I'm also adding in a few dried flowers here and there, and I'm not pushing these into the cake as they fit snugly between the other stalks that are already there. Then just continue adding your little clusters to the top of your cake to finish the look. For the smaller pieces, you can make your own clusters by taping them together onto a kebab stick, as you're able to plunge this straight into the cake. Now you can totally stop here with the design if you like, but I had quite a few more elements to fit in that were on the client's wish list. I've just got a piping bag with a nozzle inside a drinking cup, and I'm mixing together some black royal icing, which I'm then placing inside the piping bag. Twist that down until it reaches the nozzle, and then I'm carefully applying spiderweb patterns underneath the flower clusters. The spider webs were to add another Halloween element, but it still fits with Harry Potter, as it kind of looks like Aragog has been to visit. Another element on the wish list was moon and stars. So I placed the moon up near the top and then sprinkled the stars running diagonally down the splats towards the next cluster of flowers. I then added some to the base before painting them all in gold. To hold my flower on the board, I've placed a big blob of the same colour of navy, and you can stick these ones straight in. And we're done. You'll see I added even more elements such as these bats. This was just black paste cut out into the shape and glued to a wire until they'd set. There are lots of elements at play here, but you can just pick and choose which ones you want to add, or maybe add your own, such as little snitches instead of bats. Hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget to check out all the other tutorials in the description box, as it will help you with the basics. Getting your tiers nice and straight, how to cover them in paste and ready to stack. Let me know what you think of this one in the comments, and I'll see you again in a little bit. Bye guys.